Good day, everyone. Today's video is brought to you by Thomas Hyundai. Thomas Hyundai is coming on as a sponsor of the race season again this year. They were on board last year as a title sponsor of the Derby car. And once again this season, they're going to have their logo front and center on the car. Couldn't be happier to represent this hat. By the way, it is my new favorite hat. Just got it. Matches my new truck. Wish I could say I bought it from Thomas Hyundai. But while I was here getting a sponsor from the boys, John and Leah, I got to take this car right for a test drive. This is an Elentra N. Look at those brakes. Oh! It's not very often you think of an Elantra as a speedy little get up and goer. But I got to drive it in Mexico. Man, oh man. If you're looking for a small, compact, fast, little car that will make all your buddies with fast cars mad, you need an Elentra N. Or some of these N line Hyundais. Did you hear that? I said it wrong. John even taught me. Hyundai. Sunday Hyundai. Not Hyundai. Hyundai. Thanks, John. Thanks, Leah. Appreciate the support. Come see them in the trailer that could. Boys, oh boys, oh boys, we got some parts. Let's see. It's gonna be a real race car. I think we're gonna have some harnesses after all. We got a window net, but check this out. It's just like we're building a race car. Just like it. Roll cage. All gusseted, ready to go. This is going to be sweet. We brought Mr. Basque over to run the tractor. Get the big girl up into place here. I better start steering, doing my job. Good news is we don't really care if it hits a tree. Doing a little steering from the outside of her. No need of getting in. Then won't be long and this thing will be smashing and bashing. we are doing a little cleanup on the car. I just beat some of the rocker panels out that were completely rust. Literally fell to dust. And just cleaning up around the shop, put the tools away from the other night. The night Dennis and I finally got the car fired up for the first time. So came outside, swept up the floor, put all the tools away. Well, shouldn't say put all the tools away. Put them in a pile on the chairs. Do it sometime, I guess. But got a couple little things I'm going to work away at here. I'm going to move the car back just so I've got some more room in the shop. It's a little bit too far forward in the shop for my liking. The lights aren't quite over it. I like to work near the back of the shop. So we're going to move the car back, so I'm going to fire it up. Kind of show you how it's running right now. Currently we don't have an exhaust on it whatsoever. The alternator, the one we grabbed, has the wrong plug-in on it. I couldn't remember what year it was, of course, when I was there, and told them 2006, so I got 2006 alternator. Different plug-in. Not a big deal. We're going to take the alternator back off and run that over to Pat McQuaid. Take the old alternator back over, get him to switch the tops. I think it's the regulator. And so he's going to change that. So currently we don't have an alternator. Long story short. And I'm going to show you how the car's hooked up, how it's running, and kind of what was going wrong the other night when we tried to start the car. It took us 5 tries, couldn't figure out why. Dennis had to get the wiring diagram out. But I'll show you that inside the car. So, like I said, we do not have an alternator at the moment, so we got our battery pack. We don't have any ends hooked up. The old one's all corroded, so using a set of vice grips. Hold that together. The old positive connector right there, well, it's fairly loose. We got to redo them. But that acts as our alternator. Then we come in the car and we sit on the floor. But right back here, these 2 wires right here, they were major grounds that I disconnected out, well, up there. And I never hooked them back up, wanted to know if I could disconnect that whole harness or not. Well, turns out, currently, our fuel pump is required. Eventually, we're going to have a fuel cell in the trunk. That'll be one of the last things we get to. But, long story short, these grounds weren't hooked up, so it wasn't sending, or wasn't, the fuel pump wasn't working. Had no fuel, so it wouldn't start. Hooked those grounds up, fired right up. So anyway, again, in the trunk, that will be a fuel cell and a battery box for those. So then we get in the car here. Let's see. Oh. Right down here on the floor. Don't have, look at my thumb right in the way. Keys in my hand there. Not much of a view. So I can see behind me. Better go put that trunk down if we can back up, maybe. We are going to have one mirror. Be able to use that a little bit. Looking right in the trunk, so have to do some adjustments there. Anyway, that's what I can see out the front, looking right up. You're looking pretty well same as I right there. That is gross. Can't quite reach the pedals. But we're gonna fire this sucker up. Let's see. Shimmy ahead here. Close the door. No soundproofing in here anymore. A little noisy. Let's see how this goes. Welcome. So, chip linkages. Oh, we got boxes falling. Those guys, not good in there. Gonna have to fix them up. But, let's back this girl up. That noise there, that's rear brakes grabbing and grinding. That'll do. We gotta bleed those brakes, Dennis. So, currently, I'm sitting inside of a car with no cage. There's one here. It's going in soon. We're gonna build a new floor here underneath my feet. As if you can see, that's a hole to the outside world. So we're gonna put a bit of flooring in, then we're gonna start installing the cage. We gotta put a firewall back there, fuel cell, battery in the trunk, bleed some brakes, maybe change some rear brakes because that's not great, and fix some shift linkages. All to come. Fail. Maiden voyage and the old girl, she runs. Well, 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 would you look at what we have here? And voila! I will say, that is the part I've been the most excited about this whole time. If anything makes this car a race car, it's a cold air intake. Last time I was this excited was when I had one for my protege when I was like 17. So yeah, we've got race car parts. I'm even more excited for that than I was the harness or the cage or the window net. What else has come? But we bought a race suit recently, waiting for sister-in-law to pick it up, Courtney. Appreciate it. Built by Balance. Gotcha. Yep.